welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today, I will be giving my player ratings for Tottenham Hotspur's incredibly exciting 2-2 draw with Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Premier League. Before we get into the ratings, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future uploads, including at the end of the year, two almost basically confirmed uploads, including all goals of December and all goals of 2021. So that's going to be 2 new videos that we haven't done before that we will be uploading at the end of this year. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that video. Moving into the players. Number 1, and goalkeeper captain Hugo Lloris. Lloris, I'm going to give an 8. He made some good saves, especially in the first half, early first half. Liverpool threatened our goal a couple times, and Lloris was there to punch them away. For the goals, I don't think he could really do anything. Honestly, Jota's goal was just a really good header. He can't do anything about that. But I think the second goal, he was just poorly positioned in terms of where he should have been. Maybe he should have been a little more central. I just think there were too many players around him blocking him from getting to the center of the goal line. But maybe he could have done a little better for the Robertson goal. But overall, a really good performance from Lloris. Moving into the back three, we'll head on to Davies and Sanchez. I would give him a 7. He looked pretty good today. Not as composed as usual. Not as composed as the other two. Obviously, DIER and Davies were the other two, but still had a pretty good day. Didn't make any glaring mistakes. Covered for the other center backs well. They were obviously overwhelmed with Jota, and then Mane, Salah, and then obviously Firmino joining in later on. But I think they dealt with it pretty well, considering, the type of chances they had. Eric Dier, I'm going to give him a 7.5. He was probably a 7.5 or 8. He was probably one of our best center backs today. Didn't really put a foot wrong. He had 13 out of 13 successful long balls, which is an incredible stat. And, just I think we could have gotten at least 3 goals from his long balls if we didn't mess up the attacking point of those passes. We could have done really well on the other edge. But, another really good performance from Eric Dier, who's finally settling in at that middle center back position. Moving on to Ben Davies. I'm going to give Ben Davies a 7. Maybe 7.25 or 7.5, somewhere around there. Ben Davies looked very composed today, dealt with Salah very well. Him and Sessegnon were pairing up on Salah, and they didn't let him get a goal or an assist today, or really any clear chances on target. And to quiet down the league's top scorer like that is really, really good from Ben Davies and Ryan Sessegnon. Ben Davies, I think he could have done a little better for, I believe it was Jota's goal, because he was able to block the first cross, I think, block the ball coming into the box, but he just did not get enough on it to clear it, and it just fell to Robertson, who crossed it in, and Jota headed it in. But other than that, he didn't do too badly today. Moving into the wing backs, we're going to start with Emerson Royal. I'm going to give Emerson a 7. He made some incredible runs, pretty good dribbling, dealt with Mane relatively well in the first half, but it was Robertson that really gave him the trouble, especially towards the point where he got his goal. Emerson Royal started just getting absolutely bullied by Robertson. His biggest problem is his crossing. Emerson's crossing is pretty terrible. His final ball, he just doesn't know what to do with it. And if Conte can help him fix that, that's all that will make him a much better player. That's the one thing missing, I think, from his game, is that final ball. Because he was in great positions, but he just couldn't get the cross in today. And I think there were a lot of chances where we could have scored. Anyway, left wing back, Ryan Sessegnon. I'm going to give him a 7.5. He was really good today. And he dealt with Salah and Alexander-Arnold so well. Obviously, Alexander-Arnold did get an assist for the second goal, but for Robertson's goal. But I don't think you can really blame Sessegnon or Davies for that, because it was just a really good cross into the box, and it was really hard to deal with. But, yeah, I think Sessegnon did really well, and it shows that he's ready to compete with Reguilon for that left wing-back position. Moving into midfield, we'll start with Tanguy Ndombele, who was awarded one of his first starts under Antonio Conte. He did get the assist for the first goal. I'm going to give him a 7. He did really well with his passing today, but his ability to hold on to the ball and retain possession was hindered, I think, by Liverpool's increasing press and the pressure that they put, especially on Ndombele, because they know how good he is. So Keita, Milner, and even, what's his name? Tyler Morton, that youngster who came out of absolutely nowhere. They just put increasing pressure on Ndombele, and I think he didn't do terrible, but he didn't do as well as he could have. But I think that just owes down to the incredible pressure that Liverpool put on them, and Ndombele just couldn't find a way out, because Dele Alli wasn't having a great half that first half, and Harry Winks was still growing into the game. Moving on to Harry Winks, I'm going to give him an 8. He was probably our best player today. He was unbelievable. His long-range passing is actually better than his short-range passing. He can't make a 5-meter pass, but he can make a 16-yard across the field long ball, through ball, that'll reach Son right at his feet. It's pretty wild how good his long-range passing today was. And it's almost like Conte's just reinvigorated him, and he's just doing so much better now. And it's very nice to see, because he had such a big drop-off after the 2018-19 season. Obviously, he had that Real Madrid moment the year before in that Real Madrid game. That was beautiful. And then the UEFA Champions League final run with Sissoko. He hasn't looked himself since then, but now he might be returning. And he's just done it against second-place Liverpool, which is a big feat. Dele Alli. Oh, Dele Alli. His first start in a long time. I think his last start was before the Arsenal game, which was still under Nuno. That was back in October or September or something. Dele Alli was decent. He had a chance to put away the game and finish it off at least twice, and he could not take it. First half, he was so quiet. But second half, he was much better. He looks better, but I don't think he's going to make it here still. I think he's done here, because I just don't think he's moving in the right direction as a player here, and I think he's just not beneficial. So if we can get money for him in the transfer window, we can repurpose that money for a better player. But regardless, Dele Alli wasn't terrible. I mean, I know he's been alright on Dele terms. This performance was good, but on the way I'm rating every other player, I'm gonna give him a 6.5 max. He was not great. Moving into the front two, Harry Kane, who finally scored another Premier League goal, and he scored against Liverpool, second place in the league. He looked so much sharper today. His passes were pretty on point, but he did miss those chances. 55 and 57, those were the minute marks where he missed those glaring chances and those glaring opportunities to put Tottenham into the lead further. That was a moment that I think we could have won the game, and we didn't. Regardless, he got his goal. He did some really good passes. Probably could have gotten sent off, and really should have, for that challenge on Robertson early in the first half, but he got away with the skin of his teeth with a yellow card. So that was quite lucky from him. And lastly, in the starting 11, Son Heung-min. Kane, I'm going to give a 7.5. Son, I'm going to give a 7.5 as well. 7. He had a lot of chances as well. He really should have finished off one or two of the chances that Kane set up for him. WINKS set up for him once. I think DIER fed a couple long balls over the top. He needed to do a lot better, but he did get his goal that he wanted today. It was really good awareness to pressure Alisson, who did end up making the error, and Son just pounced on the ball and put it right in the back of the net, and ultimately the equalizer for Tottenham. I'm just going to rate one of the substitutes. Oliver Skipp came on in the 64th minute for Tanguy Ndombele. The other two, Lucas Moura and Sergio Reguilon, came on much later. Oliver Skipp, I'm going to give a 6.75. He helped us get the second goal, and he helped shore up the midfield. Although I think if Dele Alli had gone off a little earlier, maybe not at this point or for Skip, but if Dele Alli had gone off a little later for Lucas Moura, I think we would have done I think we would have been able to create a little bit more. I don't think Lucas Moura was given enough time. But then again, the red card did happen a bit late. Yeah, so that's it for my player ratings. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the like buttons if you enjoyed the video, comment down below who your man of the match is, and until next time, come on you Spurs!